DanganRonpa.
Welcome my friends to the final episode of DanganRonpa 3, Despair. I am your host Omega Baldwin here bringing you yet another anime review. Well, we are finally here to the end road of this series, at least for the Despair side. As some people said a few weeks back, Despair is really ending with episode 11. The only question now is, was it worth it? Did we really need this anime? Did it bring anything worthwhile to the overall series? Well, only one way to find out. Let's get right into it. The episode begins with Yuzo the coward telling Munakata that Junko is clean. She is not behind everything. We can see that Munakata is not really buying it, so he later asks not Chisa the same thing, but she also says that Junko is clean. Again, we can see not Chisa working her despair on Munakata. There is no opening in this episode as we go straight into a scene of Junko and Izuru as she tells him about the big plan. I won't go too much into detail as this episode's main thing is clear. This episode is pretty much showing the tragedy while not showing anything at all, and later you will see why. Junko is observing Class 77 and saying how there are like limbs of her and they will be spreading despair. While everywhere else, the reserve corps students under her control are going nuts, destroying the whole school and killing people. There was also an interesting scene where Mukuro is in the floor and Junko is pushing her ass with her boots. Interesting how much of a siscon and pervert Mukuro is. Anyway, Chisa is addressing the class, and they are all fucking insane, despair-filled monster, talking delusions. You can notice that there's some flowers on Chiaki's desk. Fuck you, Kodaka. There were some good moments in this episode, like for example, after Chisa gave her speech, she blows up the classroom. This is to fake the death of Class 77, so they are not added to the protection program like Class 78 was. If you remember, the reason they were inside the school in DanganRonpa 1 was to protect them from the despair. So now Class 77 can stay outside killing people and doing the will of Junko. Then we get the final talk between Junko and Izuru, as he asks her if she removed the memories of him from Class 77. So yes, we are finally getting an explanation on why Class 77 did not know Izuru. Now, is it a good explanation? Well, I will leave that to you, but they could have saved this whole thing by having nobody meet Izuru. But whatever, after all, we needed it to force an Izuru and Nagito encounter. Yes, fucking up the mystery of Izuru. We still don't know how Nagito knew about Junko, but whatever, how dare me keep asking questions about plot that makes little sense. Anyway, this is all for Izuru's big plan, because now he wants to see what is harder to predict, hope or despair. He's saying all of this while still holding Chiaki's pin. He also says that he will delete his memory of them, but I think he's talking about when he goes into the Neo World program and becomes Hajime. You know what would really make this whole thing make more sense? They showing off the damn creation of the Neo World program, and even Chiaki, but I guess we had no time for that, because we wasted episodes on unneeded crap instead of content that would help the overall plot of the series. So Izuru leaves, saying that he will meet Junko again, foreshadowing Danganronpa 2 or Ultra Despair Girls. I'm not sure, as the plot is all over the place. Later we see Papa Kyoko, Fedora Guy and Tengan talking about what's happening, and Papa Kyoko ready to do his school lockdown plan to save Class 78. Tengan says he will stay outside and Fedora Guy will join him. The interesting thing in this scene was Papa Kyoko feeling bad for not getting Kyoko involved in this whole thing sooner to help out. Anyway, let's just end this already. The Reserve Corps students kill themselves after Junko gives them tents and they see the Monokuma Despair video. This is the same video from the future side, so the last person using it was Junko, so here wondering how the hell did he make his way into future. After that we also get what I guess is one of the coolest scenes in the episode, as we see the badly animated and modeled DanganRonpa 1 casters locking up the school. If there was something interesting here, it's Junko. To be honest, she was one of the best parts of this episode and even the series. It's always good to see her. She talks to Mukuro about how she's having a hard time predicting Naegi's luck to the point where she tries to kill him, but it does not work. To me, this shows how superior Nagi's luck is, as not even someone like Junko can predict it. Mukuro asks if she should kill him, but Junko decides not to, as the possibility of him beating her will bring her despair. Also, one thing I forgot to say is that earlier in the episode, Junko foreshadowed killing Mukuro. The episode ends with Chisa narrating like she did in the first episode, while the Munakata crew is looking at the whole destruction. There is also an after credit scene that shows Hajime meeting Chiaki in DanganRonpa 2, and to be honest, it was my favorite thing in this episode. Again, showing how strong the Chiaki and Hajime connection is. So that was the final episode of DanganRonpa 3, Despair, and to be honest, I was really disappointed. The only good things were the Junko scenes and the after credit scene. I will tell you why it was disappointing. First, nothing about the creation of AI Chiaki, or her having any interactions with any of the 3 people that work on the Neo World program. No Neo World program anything, not a mention or a fucking name drop. Nothing about the Warriors of Hope or their school. We don't see Monaka or anything related to the Junko AI and Towa. We were not shown the cat test being captured to be used as blackmail for Junko's killing game in DanganRonpa 1. Also, what the hell? No Miyaja? What the fuck? We never got to find out her true personality or how she acted. Or how about the fact that the only Big Zero thing they showed was 3 seconds of Masuda? Not even a glimpse at Ryoko or anything. And I think this really hurts this per side, as if they were going to talk about deleting memories, they needed to bring Masuda up in a previous episode to help make things not feel so bullshit. The big sell point of the anime was Class 77 and the Chiaki and Hajime relationship, and that was going well till a certain point. But after some episodes, it felt like they had no idea what they were doing. You are making Chiaki to be real, then you needed to show off the creation of her AI. And before anyone comments, no, she is not an alter ego, nor a creation of alter ego. The other thing this side did was aid the plot of Future, but did we really needed that? You could have told the whole Meteorite anime thing as a flashback in Future. Overall, this per side is a very flawed series that instead of answering questions, it just made new ones, while bringing a fan favorite character to life just to kill her off again in some dark room all alone. And let's not get into Izuru, the biggest nothing in the series. He did shit nothing. This is why I am giving DanganRonpa 3 Despair episode 11 a solid 2 out of 5. Fuck you! I cannot believe I'm saying this, but bring Kyoko back. She does not deserve to die for this series. Also, before anyone comments, yes, I know about Hope's side. I will get into that in another video. So anyway, have you guys seen this one? If so, tell me in the comments below. Please remember to leave a like and also check out my Patreon. This is Omega Bowing. See you guys later. Bye.